IBM RPG. What is RPG? How it is useful in AS400 IBM mainframes? Let's go. Report Program Generator. RPG stands for Report Program Generator. It is a high level language, and RPG is a high level programming language for business application. RPG is an IBM proprietary programming language, and its later versions are available only on IBM OS based. H specifications or H specification stands for header specifications. F is the alphabetic code that is used for control specification, and it is used to define the control entity of the program. For example, date and time format and default programming name. Program as PAP to define the decimal precisions, etc. It is used to define the compile options to be used while we are compiling the program. For example, default activation group, authority, compile source generation, options, etc. to prompt a specification given the command IPH. The H specification, what are the keywords I will explain. And first, the main important keyword, that is debug. Yes, use this keyword to indicate whether or not to perform dummy operations. The default is no, which means dummy operations will not perform. If the dummy operations is yes, it will perform. If you give the error handle, the users of the dummy operations, the dummy operations of course used to specify debug yes for each specifications. And what is date? Date, DIT, short form DMV. Options: no, X, relief, no executions, no general, gen, no SEC, LVR, no show CPY. Just you can send. I will explain one by one. And first one, no, XREF. Determine whether or not to be created a gross relief and listening when the module is compiled. No generation determines whether or not to be generate or compile the object. No sets LVR sets the level of message displayed on compile listening. Show CPY. No show CPY is a spread copy member or not expand in the compile listening. This may useful if you have a large copy member that defines many producer prototypes. And next one is XDDS. If XDDS is coded externally, defined the data will not be expanded in the compile listening. The two most usable options, however, are still probably SRC, STMT, and debug input output. And next one go to S. SRC SMT is the coded or the statement is excluded or to be default. The statement will be renumbered when compiling the program. Guys, listen this note. If you are the program get a runtime error, any runtime error, the statement indicates the virtually useless, and useless you have to copy of compiler. And SRC STMT will be prevent the compiler from renumbering the programming statement. And what is debug input output? If you use the interactive source debugger to the step through the programming, and you will notice that the debugger will break many times on every input output statement. This is because for separating of the breakpoint is inserted, every field is written from input output buffer, and this may be major problems and very innovative. And coding, and major problem is in coding is node bug input and output is the only for input output statements. That is for seventh point. And date format. Specify this date format is the default format for the date fields within the program. Choose one of the following: MD, MD month, date, year; DMD date, month, year; YMD, YMD, YMD year, month, and date; iOS international generating, and USA and Euro are the different types of date format we use in AS4. And for example, each date format MDA. For the default MDA format will be IS4. What is time format? That is HMC, IS4, USA, EUR. That is hours, minutes, and seconds. Here USA hours, minutes, AM, or hours, minutes, PM. Guys, please listen this. GRP. Act GRP is a new caller activation name. If the Act GRP is new, is where the program is activated into new activation group. For the caller, it is where the program is activated into the caller activation. The activation name is where the name is used when the program is called. The program H dated it and YMD and date format ISO option CRC node bug input. And what is nominate? What is nomen specifies the keyword to indicate that the module does not contain a main program entry producer. What is AUT? Is a library create the authority. The AUT library CRT to all change users excluded authority and the list of the name. And authority keywords specifies the authority given to the users who do not have the specific authority to the object. And last one is bind directory. That is bind directory library name, binding directory name. We can mention the binding directory name here, that is used to for time of completion. Guys, this is the RPGL with the header specification files. I explain each header specification files. Tomorrow I will explain about F header file. Okay friends, do you like this video? Please subscribe to my channel.